Testing, testing. Hopefully everybody can hear me. It's been a while since I've done a live stream, so give everybody a chance to come in. In the meantime, I'm going to... Come on. It's not going to let me change it. Ugh. Alright. And I put the chat box here, but I want to make sure that it's working. So just give me a second. For some reason, Streamlabs does not work, or OBS isn't working on my Mac. So, hey Slayer, what's going on? I don't know why the chat's showing up like that. Hold on one second. I want to get all these little kinks out of the way now before I start drawing, because then I don't want to have to pause drawing. I don't know why the wrenches look that big. Yeah, that looks bad. Let me see. Chat box. Yeah, that's like way too big. Oh man, always some technical issue, right? I've been doing all right. I had hip surgery, so I can't sit up. So I knew this was going to be tough to do a stream not being able to draw upright. Font setting. Alright, hopefully this works. Let me know how it looks. I've never heard that in my life. Hip surgery? Of the hip surgery? Why does it keep doing that? You can't even read what someone's typing. Let me see, 600. I'll go huge font. Alright. No, you said it's way too big. Thank you. Thank you. This is the first day where it felt like good enough to do something. because I've been wanting to stream for a while. Son of a bitch. I'm gonna just try to make a new chat box. I can't win. Add chat box. Boom. Put it there. I don't know what to do. That looks horrible. Oh well. I will just leave it like that. So I'm drawing Bulma. So I have to pull up some reference photos for Bulma. But I want to draw her in a realistic style, and I found a model that I think kind of has the perfect body type for Bulma. So let's see. I do like Dragon Ball Super Bulma. Yeah. Oh, nope, nope. What am I doing? Save image. Desktop. Alright, now I can close this out. Desktop. Pull up Bulma here. And so you guys can see what I'm drawing. I will put Bulma I'm hungover and tired. You went out on a Thursday? Man, I miss those days. Or just had a long stream. Image. Desktop. Alright, so I'm gonna leave Bulma here so everyone can see what I am drawing as well. Yeah, I don't know why the wrenches show up like that, or the crown, but no matter how big I make the font, it still shows up tiny on there. I don't know if it looks the same on your end. Let me see. Yeah, it looks the same. It looks so dumb. Oh. I like being in my office. Kind of sucks being here at home. Oh, you're off work today. Nice. That's always the best, is when you get off work. Do I sound okay, or do I sound too loud? Because I'm using my Xbox headphones, and I notice like sometimes they can be super loud. Alright. I wish I could play music, but for some reason the new Macs, the M1 Macs, do not let you move or play audio off the desktop. It's so dumb. Let me up the background here a little bit. It's so weird drawing like this. Hey, Stark, what's going on? Sound is good? Alright, that's good good to know. Were you able to get back up to 50 subscribers the other night? 'Cause I know you said that you got 50, and I just wanted to apologize ahead of time right now because, as you can see, I can't really draw. I can't make fluid motions like this, so I'm trying. So I'm using a reference model, a real life model. Yeah, I'm gonna have to adjust because it's gonna drive me nuts drawing like this. Oh, hold on 1 second. Hopefully the cable, the the webcam. Let's move that closer. Oh, man, that hurts. You can probably hear all the popping and smacking. Alright. It is pretty raw. I just got back from therapy, and it's it's like super raw, and I think that's what's hurting me is because I'm making these weird angles with my body, and I don't want to do that. Son of a. I'm using the headphones because I have the air conditioner on, and I don't want it to like overpower the the sound of the microphone. This is a lot better. I'm a little looser, but it's better than being stiff, you know. You never want to draw, super stiff. Holy crap. I might have overestimated how painful this is going to be. Hold on 1 second. Oh. I took my brace off thinking, oh, I'm going to be laying down. Shouldn't be bad. But I think if I do this, and then I lay down, it's not going to reach. Now I just feel lazy. Drawing like this. So I'm gonna have to cover a little bit of the OBS screen or the Streamlabs screen, but yeah, I'm gonna start over. I'm not happy how that looked. You know what? Let me use charcoal. I always like the effect I get with charcoal a lot more. See this one right here, the smooth pencil. I like it because it feels like I'm drawing with actual charcoal. might have to just take a look. And I'll move the webcam a little closer just so you're not just getting... Oh! I just got a new webcam too, so it's holy crap. Stay still. There we go. So this model's very curvy, so I want to make sure I get every curve in her body. She's a huge Dragon Ball fan, so I was like, oh, it makes sense to use her then. What program do you use? I'm using Procreate on the iPad Pro. I'll use my webcam so you can see it. I'm not sure how much it's going to grab, but so I use the Apple Pencil, and it's nice because it has a nice stand, so I can I get a good angle for it. So since I'm not going to completely draw in charcoal, it's mostly just to get placement down. I would show the model, but YouTube is so so weird. Like, they let so much iffy content on, but then you show a woman with barely any clothes on, and it's you get banned or a community guideline strike. So I put her picture up on the computer. I like drawing women with a little bit of bone on them, or meat. Not a big fan of drawing skinny. Yeah, they're weird about that. Yeah, I know. It's a pain. All right. So now I feel like I got enough of her body down. Now it's just trying to turn her into Bulma. And then this other hand. I really wish I could have some music playing. But that's not YouTube's fault. That's the new M1 Max. For some reason, it's the permission settings they have do not allow for desktop audio. It's so weird. Maybe for copyright reasons, they don't want people. Screw it. I'm gonna put her picture up. It's hurting my neck to make that that much of a constant turn. See, she even has a Dragon Ball tattoo. Alright, so I think I'm going to stick with charcoal. Because I can still kind of paint with it. I'm just going to have to use like a render tool later on. Yeah, it's not the effect I want. Go back to my square pickle. That's much better. Surely YouTube won't get you for that. Well, I mean, she has clothes on, right? So I learned my lesson. I was drawing, my academic pieces on here, and I kept getting age restricted, and it was BS because there's a big difference between nudity and pornography, and I was not showing, and I was doing it for academic reasons. Obviously, there's nothing. There's nothing wrong with the human anatomy, and my channel is set not for kids, so I don't see what the problem is. So you see there, I had to kind of fudge the hand a little bit because she's in water. Yeah, that's always been my problem, is like people put the two together when they shouldn't. There's a huge difference between nude and the other stuff. I don't want to keep saying the word because then I'll probably get flagged for that. And being an artist, you have to draw the nude. Like, I draw male nudes all the time, but I know, showing the dingleberries, you'll get shut down even faster, so I can't put those up. Let's see, she's got a pinker skin. It's always tough because everybody's like a different shade. There's no such thing as white. You learn that from drawing. There is no such thing as white. Even white people have different shades. Some people, the green and the blues under their skin show up more. Some people have more purples. So it annoys me when everything gets simplified. And black people too. There's so much reds and magentas and fuchsias in their skin tone. So it annoys me when it's just like, oh, he's black, oh, he's white. I guess that's what's nice about being an artist. You see the beauty in everything. See, I made the shoulder a little bit too protruding, but that's what's nice about the Liquify tool, is you can move it, or you can use the lasso tool. So I'm just gonna lasso this. I like making a mess and then fixing it. And Bulma has it looks like an orangey red dress. So it sucks because it feels like YouTube has punished me for doing shorts because I hit the threshold to be monetized, but for some reason, because most of my views have and watch time have come from shorts, I didn't get into the partner program. And you know, I'm getting views. Shouldn't I qualify for that? But it is what it is. So it's starting to come along. So this is where the Liquify tool comes in handy because I can kind of move some of the areas around. Make it a little... Alright, that's a little too much. And perk those up a bit. Fix this hand. And then kind of move that one. Because her forearm is about the same length as... So now the goal, excuse me, my throat's really dry. Is Bulma cutting off too much of the detail for you guys? Just let me know. Damn it. Pinch a little bit here. Oh, it's okay? Alright, good. I wasn't sure because on my computer, Bulma's kind of taking up all the room. Yeah, I know it doesn't look like much right now, but and then what I like to do too is I'll warp it a little bit or distort it, kind of make it a little bit more dynamic. Because her pose is very static. My phone needs to stop doing that. If I could see the chat window on OBS, I wouldn't need to have my phone open, but you can't win. Like, Streamlabs is nice, but then you get all the little hiccups like the chat box. But then OBS won't let you put a chat in the window. It's so weird. I'm going to work on the face now, so I don't have to worry about the bits and lips and it really is hard drawing like this though. Holy crap. Because it just never feels like the angle's right. So I should fill in the hair now while I... It's crazy how rudimentary it looks at first, but then you start putting in the little details and then things start coming together. You know what? Her head seems a little too small for her body. So, just a little bit bigger. It's much better. I don't know if you saw the Monster High picture I drew yesterday, but that one had me so freaking frustrated because I would draw her eye and then I'm laying in bed like this and then I'll go use the bathroom or get something to eat, but then I'll turn the iPad around and then it completely threw me off and I'm like, oh, I gotta fix the eye again. Oh, the little things, right? Alright, she's got a little bit of light hitting this side of her nose, so I'm going to add that. And then on the ridge, and a little bit over here. Streaming makes sense because I can't really do anything else. It's just draw, play video games, and watch an unhealthy amount of YouTube. So I've been just trying to come up with different ideas for the channel. And so I was thinking about doing like an art history type stream. Maybe some art history videos. Where did my Warcraft pencil go? Oh, here it is. Okay. Because there's so much like bad information on TikTok and YouTube. It'll be nice to flex my art history muscles. So let's start putting the eye in, or where the eye is going to be. So I'll just put like placeholders, nothing crazy. And then it's gonna be like an off pink for the lips. Humans look so scary when they don't have the right amount of hair, like eyebrows. I've always noticed that as pretty funny. Go a little bit red here. It's my favorite part of drawing is when you start to build up. My least favorite is doing the little details. Because no matter how hard you try to get all the details in there, you always miss something. Yeah, it's the little details are always the biggest pain. I much prefer like blocking things in and then fixing it as I go. I think that's why I really like to make messes, because you can always clean a mess. It's harder to get it right the first time, or at least you think you got it right, and then have to go back and you're like, what the hell? I don't want to have to do this again. It's better to know, alright, I made a mess. Now I have to go back in and fix it up. Okay. I swear, if I get dinged for this, I am gonna fight it. Because she's not nude. And I've seen so much worse on YouTube Shorts and on Instagram and TikTok, so just for the sake of time, I am going to zoom in a little bit. Just do her upper body, because I don't think I'm going to get this all done in an hour stream. That's much better. So I took the screen protector off of this, and now the screen is like super slippery, like much more than usual. But the screen protector was causing too much friction, so it was screwing me up even more than this is right now. Oh, you're still here? Oh, I thought you headed out. I wouldn't blame you. With all the technical issues I've already had, I would not blame you. So I'm using an opposite color here, like this baby blue, because it really makes the light kind of pop. How are you, Slayer? Oh, I have to look at in the corner of my eye, so. So Slayer, what happened to the easy mode thing that you and old Billy and Brian were gonna do? You guys just got too busy? I wish there was like a little ding so I can tell when a message comes through. I'm gonna go a little bit darker here. We never could get it together at the same time. The time zone's got to be throwing everybody off, right? Because you're in Chicago, right? And then Brian's in Indiana. And where's Billy? Billy lives in Illinois, like 45 minutes from me. Okay, so the same time zone. That's still pretty far. So you guys were planning to do like in person or like a Zoom type thing? Just give me 1 second. I'm just gonna. Because I think Zoom kind of made me not want to stream so much when I was doing Zoom every day for school. It was driving me nuts. Like, I really don't want to sit in front of the computer again. And it's like forced participation with Zoom for college. No, like a group chat online. All right. Yeah, I noticed. Fabian started using Discord. So Discord is. I did a couple of live streams like for Kingslayer. I did the WWE, like we would review pay-per-views, and we did it all through Discord. It was pretty cool. Through yeah, unlike Zoom, I think Discord doesn't really have a time limit, right? Because Zoom, one of my teachers, she was an adjunct, so she didn't have the enterprise Zoom uh, credentials. So it was so funny. Our class ended up getting out early that day because she ran out of minutes. Yeah, I think that whole Zoom period, I just did not want to stream anymore. It felt better to just create videos and just put them up. But I've been wanting to stream more, especially since I can't get to my studio and I'm bored out of my mind. Okay, so who is winning? Oh, that was back then when I was actually watching WWE. I stopped watching WWE. I think I watched like part of the Clash at the Castle, I think it's called. I just I don't know, man. It's pretty rotten. Their show's just so ugh. That whole hype with Triple H didn't do anything. It's all hype. I am more I've been more into AEW lately, like watching a lot of AEW. My yeah, I actually got my I got my wife a Blackpool Combat Club hoodie, and I felt like wearing it. She hadn't worn it yet. I don't know, just AEW feels more like WW or WCW, and I was always a bigger WCW fan than I ever was WWE fan. Uh, I'm I like wrestling. Not a big sports entertainment guy, and it's always the same 5 or 6 matches when you watch WWE. It's just it gets monotonous. I just prefer good old wrestling. Yeah, this looks like nightmare fuel right now, so I apologize. But like I said, I like to kind of build it up. I like making magic, turn something really weird into something cool. I unfortunately can't watch AEW. I mostly get to see clips of it. Yeah, for the longest time I couldn't watch it, but my wife is a really big Hardy Boys fan. So when she found out that the Hardy Boys were coming back, we had to get away to watch AEW again, and we got Sling, and it. My brother liked it so much, he's like, well, let's keep it. So my brother gives me like half of what Sling costs every month, and that's how I watch it. And it's nice because I DVR it. What is not nice is that I can't be on Twitter before I watch it because AEW spoils their own shows. Half the time I'll get on Twitter before I've watched the DVR, and they'll spoil what happened. And WWE is the same way, but that's annoying because not everybody can watch the show at the same time. Person you are using as a model, do you know her, or is this random? I asked her permission. I really don't know who she is. I saw that her name was on Twitter was Saiyan Sam, and I saw the Dragon Ball tattoo, and I was like, she kind of has Bulma's haircut, and I asked her, I was like, hey, is it okay if I use this for reference, and I will credit you in the finished piece, and she said it was cool, so um, most of the time when I find a reference, it's just a picture I come across that I really like. Either the lighting's nice or um, it's a new skin tone that I haven't really worked with. I haven't really worked with a kind of pastel skin tone, and most of it is just the lighting. Because when the sun sets, um, the skin tone changes on people, and I think that's what's happening here. Is it looks like the sun's setting, so the shade is causing a lot of purples and pastel colors to show up on our skin, and I thought it was a good picture to try. Even my wife was just like, yeah, she could kind of pull off Bulma. So I've turned my wife into a Bulma fan because at first my wife did not like Bulma, but I was just like, well, she's a super genius, she's rich, and she can make anything she wants. What is not to like about Bulma? So, I didn't mean to go off on a tangent there, but yeah, that's how I usually find my references. Um, I like to use um, like not super popular models, but enough of a following where they'll retweet it or they share it because that just uh, gives you more eyeballs on your work. So that's part of the reason why I pick certain models. I don't like doing celebrities anymore because half the time they ignore you. And then I like to draw wrestlers too because when you meet them at shows, they're super nice to you. Like when I met Ethan Page, he was super grateful, you know, like big name celebrities, they don't give a damn. They get whatever they want. So I don't bother. So it's gonna be kind of weird having like this really complex skin tone and then this super simple scarf. Well, that's a little too. Bleh. Ugh. I'm probably seeing a different color than you guys are. Alright, so is that gonna be enough? I think a little bit more. Here. So I made her neck a little too thin. So I'm gonna fix that right now. The scarf kind of threw me off. Yeah, for being all ego, he seems super nice. Yeah, that's what my wife was saying, cause she's like, what? She knows I'm a bigger fan of the heels, anyways. But she's just like, why are you so excited to meet him? And then after she met him, now she's a fan. Cause she was never really into the America's Top Team uh, before she met Ethan. I converted her. I turned her into an egomaniac. I think he calls his fans. Alright, so this Bulma looks like she's gonna kick your ass, you know. She's ready to fight. Alright, now it's time to blend a little bit of this and a little bit of that. And I swear by the Liquify tool. You know, it's it's so convenient. And then this blender, it's a charcoal blender, but it works wonders for skin tones because it blends so smoothly. If you really close in, it has this nice texture to it. So now that I'm looking at it from a different angle, it does kind of look like she's got some blues in there. So I'm going to try to, now that I use the red dress, the blues should really pop. I will be right back. Hang tight. Don't run away. It just takes me a minute because I have to get my crutches. Alright. Hopefully everybody's still here. Oh, you guys didn't leave. You're awesome. I always get worried when I take a break, you know. I've done streams before where people just disappear just from a quick break. Alright. Alright. Now, this what sucks about having to get up is getting back the perfect angle you were in. This actually seems a little bit better though. Yeah, this blender is awesome. I love it. But then for more painterly, I need to catch my breath. I don't think people realize how much your hip does. I told my surgeon that, you know, I want to get back to karate. This is before the surgery. And he kind of gave me this funny look. Like, yeah, you're not going to karate anytime soon, buddy. But I just don't want to get out of shape. I already gained like 10 pounds because of the pandemic. I really don't want to get any heavier. So I'm just going to have to find exercises and routines that I can do kind of low impact. Shit, I'm going to have to fix that with the blender. The Liquify Tool is failing me. Let's see if I can fix it with the blender. That's not too bad. I always get worried, but then I remember I'm working digitally. It's not like when I'm working with pen and ink. The only way to fix it is either to start over or use whiteout. And you never want to have that extra layer of whiteout on your artwork. It is no bueno. I let Gamer Thumb know too if he needed anything to let me know, because I can just ship stuff to him if he needs it. Like if they're out of power for way too long. I got plenty of canned and dry goods here, so. I understand I had surgery on 2 of my lower lumbar vertebrae and it was tough. Oh yeah. I've had my three of my back surgeries were lower lumbar fusions. It is rough. It's even rougher when you have those back surgeries and then on top of that you have another surgery. It's just like a never-ending domino effect. Like last night, I didn't have a lick of sleep. I just tossed and turned all night. You've probably had these before, but you know those dreams where you know you're sleeping, you feel almost awake, but you're just too tired to like wake up, if that makes sense. So you're just kind of like in this in between sleep and awake. It's weird and it's also really freaking annoying. Alright, I think I made her boobs way too big. This is what sucks about this angle. I think here here? No. That's a good angle. Yeah, digital art. That's why I say like it's cool to use, but especially beginners, I tell don't over rely on it. Use it as an assistant, not as a crutch. Um, because then when you go to do real world art, you're not going to know the little tricks and things to make. Like if this was a painting, um, you'd have to wait for it to dry. Like I have an oil painting back here that I'm still working on, and I painted it back in, I want to say, maybe April, and there's still spots of it that are still wet because oil stays wet for a long time. So if I eventually want to fix it, I have to find a medium that'll dry it so that way I can go in and touch it up. Um, you don't learn that type of stuff when you draw digitally. Um, and I think that's the problem I notice, especially being back at school. Because when I first went to college, drawing digitally was still super expensive. So the only way you could really draw digitally was with a mouse if you didn't have a ton of money. You could probably afford like a cheap Wacom tablet, but if you really wanted to draw with a computer, most people use the mouse and they use Adobe Illustrator. Um, but I feel like that made artists be a lot more uh, crafty with 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 their skills because they'd have to get skilled with a mouse, and that's not something you can learn. It's something that it's like determination. You have to be determined to do it. Whereas digital art, you make a little mistake and all you got to do is Control Z or double tap the screen, and that kind of, I don't know, for me it takes away the fun of art because some of the fun of art is, all right, I got to do this right. If I don't do it right, how do I fix it? That's missing from digital art. Like you saw, I was using that Liquify tool. If I would have put this down in charcoal the way I did, and it looked like that messed up, I would have to fix it in charcoal. I wouldn't be able to jump to the painting side of it, or even turning the doodle into a watercolor. It's, you fix it right then and there. Let me color sample real quick. So I was right, it is a purple, but I'm gonna go a little bit more to the blue, bring it over a little bit, see if that looks a little bit better. Yeah, that's a lot better for the shadows. There we go. Alright. I like to jump around. Don't blame me. You never want to get bored in one spot. I'm going back to the face. Oh, stop moving. Stop. Stay still. There we go. Keep it straight. And we're going to go with some little red here. Just a touch of red. Nice little red. Just a little red there. And a little red there. Just mute it a little bit for the underside of the nose. So I feel like Bob Ross now. Just a little tappy. Just a little tappy. See, I was streaming originally, like I would do streams with my Xbox, but the Xbox is a pain in the ass because it only streams to Twitch, and when you stream, there's no chat box, and hooking up a webcam to an Xbox, it looks like crap. There's no real settings. So I'm just going to measure it out. From the brow ridge to the bottom of the nose, it's about here. Alright. Pretty close. Close enough. See, the only thing that sucks when you do reference is I don't want to turn the photo too much, but I like to draw at an angle, so I just turned her photo, or I just turned the canvas, but her photo stays static, so I have to make sure I grab those details correctly. She's got a lot bigger of an upper lip than her lower lip, which I notice is the trend now, because before the bottom lips. So I don't know if it's cosmetically done. That's another thing that's a pain. Whenever I find a model and you know they have cosmetic surgery, when I go to draw it, something always seems off, and it's because they're changing some of the natural characteristics of the face. So when I'm done with it, it looks like an entirely different person. And I think that is because, you know, there's only so many different sets of face combinations out there. And when you do plastic surgery or cosmetic surgery, they change certain features that are not naturally occurring, so it's hard to mimic that. So I'm wondering if someone will eventually make some sort of tutorial to kind of get around that, because I have yet, because there's this new trend with upper lips being way too pronounced, and it'll look fine on certain women, but then when you go to draw them, it looks completely different. It doesn't look right and it's because it just doesn't translate. Because we're turning something from real life and we're making it, uh, come alive, and we have to abide by the rule set in drawing people. So if that's broken in the real world, it's just like when they always tell you not to draw other artists' renditions of things because then you pick up bad habits. It's the same thing with cosmetic surgery because that surgeon, that's their rendition of the person's face now. And so it's not pulled from nature. It's it's manufactured. So there's nothing wrong with cosmetic surgery, obviously, but when you're drawing it, something gets lost in translation. I'll give you an example. Um, I drew a model. Oh, I forgot to clean this out. Crap. I was running out of room. But I drew a model the other day. It was more than a couple days ago. And I found out that she was like AI generated. I didn't know this. So when I posted the video up, people were like, this is not a real person. This was an AI generated model. And I started thinking about it. I was like, huh, that's why I had such a hard time really drawing her, because she's not real. It's this computer picking up all these little different characteristics and then building a human out of it. So, yeah, I mean, people are always going to find offense to something, Um, when you get out of an image and you come back in, your reference photo gets blown out, so I have to reinstall it. No, it's hard to say that without, obviously somebody getting offended, but we are artists, we know what we see, especially when you're trying to draw from real world. But see, this Liquify tool kind of makes up for that, because you can fix things on the fly like that. But even then, like, just drawing her lips just didn't seem right to me. So it's possible that she had it cosmetically done. Which, like I said, there's nothing wrong with that. But whenever I have trouble drawing something that I've drawn 100 times, then I know something's wrong. Something's off. And I could be having an off day, that's very possible, but when it's something that I draw so much, like noses, mouths, eyes, I can draw an eye from memory. So when something's just not sitting right, then I can tell that it's not from nature. It's manufactured. You gotta be careful nowadays because everybody gets offended with everything. But I say it from a place of academia, and I think that's why I like to get my reference photos. Most of the time, I get my reference photos. Crap. Hold on 1 second, guys. Yeah, I just knew my wife was gonna call when I'm streaming. Usually how it works, right? Alright. Alright. I am back. It says the microphone's working, but yeah, my wife loves to call at the worst times. And it's always when I'm streaming too. It's like she knows. It's like the sixth sense. I know when he is streaming. This is why I say I like to make a mess, because now I'm starting to see the face come out. Almost like another artist I really enjoy on YouTube. His name is Cynics Designs. And he says to approach digital painting like clay. So you put down like a big mass of colors and just start building from there. And I think that's where I really grew as a digital artist, because I never thought of it that way. I thought it had to be clean and really well built. It's funny too, because the the phone. So I have an iPad, an iPhone, and then a MacBook. And whenever I get uh, text messages, phone calls, all that, or FaceTime, it shows up on all three damn devices. It's so annoying. I wish there was a way I could just disable it on one thing. I I was never big Mac person to begin with. I only started using Mac once I started using the iPad. And then I had an an iMac for a while, which was like my daily driver, and I really liked it. But I was always a PC guy and Android. But it is nice to have everything under one umbrella, but that really is annoying. I'm trying to stream and it's showing up on 4 different devices. Because my watch was going off too. I loved Android because I could play my Castlevania on the go. I had every Castlevania on my Android. Man, I miss that. Because now, when I run out of things to look at, like when I'm out and about, I just use those dumb mobile games. So Bulma's hair kind of goes into a blue. Oh yeah, if you have an Android, do you have a iPhone or an Android? Because if you have Android, some of it's on the right on the shop. I forgot what it's called. Is it Google Play Store? Yeah, Google Play Store. But some of the emulators you could just download right off the internet, and they are awesome. And then I just got every Castlevania ROM. I even got the some ROM hacks, and I was able to play uh, this fan-made Castlevania that plays like Symphony of the Night, but it's a redone, like re-edited version of Castlevania, Super Castlevania, Castlevania 4, and yeah. The one thing that sucked though on Android is when you try to Bluetooth pair uh, like a PlayStation controller, it would constantly be super laggy. So I think one Christmas, my wife got me like an adapter that lets you um, like holster your phone, and it had like the Xbox layout. So you had the two analogs, the X, Y, A, B, shoulder, one LNR, and then instead of having like the triggers, it would be like touch capacitive, almost like the Vita, and it was pretty cool. I used to have a Samsung uh, Galaxy S9 Plus. So that screen was like huge. Games looked amazing on it because it was OLED. And so if I get a kick out of uh, Apple fanboys, like look at this display. It's like, man, I had that display in 2018. I am not a fanboy of any one brand. It's dumb. It's better to just enjoy every piece of technology. If I could find a PS5, I'd get a PS5, but I can't find one. So I'm perfectly happy with my Switch and my Xbox uh, Series X. But I am not a fanboy. Just it's so dumb to waste your time on faceless corporations. Something's off. Maybe when you're looking at something, it just something does not seem right. I guess that's what's good about keeping an eye on things while I'm messing with her eye. There we go. I think once I put the eyelids in, I think that's what's throwing me off, the not having eyelids. I told you, humans look creepy without hair. And it would be nightmare fuel to see a human without. Actually, if you ever watch people who uh, sculpt like realistic faces, and they always start like digging into the sockets, and then they put the eyeball in. That is so creepy. What it looks like. I am just gonna put hair for a placeholder. I can't remember. Does Bulma have blue eyebrows? No, they're dark. Okay. Oh no, they're the same color. Wow, she's gonna look weird. Oh well. So I can work on the body later. I just really wanted to get some of these highlights in here, like right here. Put a little strand of hair coming down. She's got a little curly Q there. And then for the eye, the reflection of the pool is there. So, put a little blue in there. Maybe a little brighter. Yeah. Yep. A little bit more here. A little bit there. And then for the undertone of the eyelids, or the ducks, is that the mighty ducks? And then a little bit of pink for inside. We can always change that later. And I can't tell what eye color she has. You know what? Just gonna stick with blue, so I can't tell. See, once the features start going in, then it starts looking more and more like a human. She almost has a Lady Gaga shape to her face. Yeah, you know what? Now that you say so, she really does. Maybe it's just the way her nose angles down. But once the little details start, once you start going in with little details, that's when it'll start to really show up from the picture. See, like the eyelid here, it cuts up and over, up and over. So it's really just getting that shape down. It's a little bit better. I wish I could just find a better picture from her. But it's kind of weird asking people like, hey, you know that picture of you in the pool? Do you have one that's like more high res? They're gonna think you're a creep. So I always hate asking models if they sell academic photos, because I have a feeling like they don't know what that means. Because not every model goes to figure life drawing classes, and sits in models for people. So I don't want anybody to think that, I'm like this weirdo, but sometimes these models take photos with their phones and it's horrible lighting. Um, there's no contrast. So it makes it hard to really pick out what it is if you're drawing it. Whereas academic, I wish I could find one that's not graphic. Um, let's see. I'm trying to skip quickly so the algorithm doesn't pick it up. Alright, so here's a good example. That's a really well done photo because you got multiple light sources. There's definition, there's tone. But sometimes you get these models that take pictures with their cell phones overexposed with too much light, and it takes out all the detail. Like, see, I can, even zooming in, I can see the rotation of the muscle. I can see some of the sinew. Well, there's no sinew here, but there's definition. If you take too large of a flash and it blows out the image, so that's why I like to ask for academic poses, because those tend to have a lot more detail and little things you can pick out. That's why when people ask me to do like commissions and they give me a really bad reference photo, I'm like, it's only going to be as good as the reference photo. So just throwing that out there. So if you could find me something a little bit clearer, preferably black and white with high contrast, so I don't have to deal with color, Oops. So now it's like bringing out the eyelids. Because once you bring out the eyelids, you can push the depth of the eyes down. So like right here, I'm going to go a little darker. Because what's nice is like you can push the darkness. And then you can come in with like a lighter blue and just gently just really just, you don't have to go crazy, just pushing the color in. Okay, found her. I'm not a creep. She has a bluish hazel eye color. Okay. It's the right girl. Saiyan Sam, I think she goes by. Saiyan. I don't know. I find these people, and that's why normally if I get a reference photo, I'll have their tag somewhere in the photo, but this one didn't have a tag. See, I don't see hazel, but it could be the reflection off the pool. It still works though because Bulma's eyes are blue or teal, so I guess it works. me see if it'll let me edit it. Content live. So it does not let me edit. What the hell? Aha. Nope. Can't do it there. Alright, never mind. I thought I might have been able to edit, but it is not letting me do that. Hold on 1 second, guys. I'm sorry. Alright. I swear, I told her I was streaming, and she still called again. Maybe I might have forgotten to say I was streaming the first time. I can't remember. I think I am going to keep it blue just because Bulma's eyes are more teal than anything. So, let's go. It's a me, Mario. I think once I touch it up even more later, it'll look alright. See, the ducks are always the trickiest part, because if you don't get that just right, it will look super off. Just a little bit. And then a little bit here. And then once I do the eyelashes, that'll start to really pop. And I think I'm going to go a little bit towards the purple spectrum here. I think I'm in the AC too much, so my throat's like super dry. Drinking soda, laying down. That is not fun. Wow. Oh, my hip's really starting to bug me though. I have to be careful because they gave me pain medication, but they only gave me like so much. So I've been trying to only take it when I absolutely really need to. And I think I'm getting to that point where I might need to. So this forehead area, what I think I'm gonna do is try to color sample here. So it's more blue. Let's go a little pink and a little bit darker. You never want to copy the color exactly. You just want to get like a nice sample, because now you can remix it. Because her skin is cool in the original picture, but because Bulma's hair is cool, I was trying to lean more towards the more intense, the more warm side. So I wanted to have some warmth in there so that the contrast plays against each other. See, and it gets darker here. So I'm going to put that down here and then match it to what I have here. They're pretty close to each other. Yeah. So too much. Entertain, what's going on? I'm doing alright. Drawing laying down because I can't sit up. I got my crutches over here though, so if I need to get up in a hurry I can, but I had labral repair and the cartilage in my hip was completely shattered. So I was walking around like that for months. And it was no wonder I couldn't do karate anymore. Like, it was hurting that bad. All you need is one doctor who will listen to you. Every other doctor's like, oh, it's just arthritis. You're just getting old. I'm glad I found a doctor that listened to me, you know, and hey, check this out. What's going on? So my recovery time is about 6 to 8 weeks, but because of the cartilage being shattered, it might be a little bit longer. Hold on one second. Why is it doing that? Presentation looks good. Cool to see you active. Thank you. I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to do more of these, like, you know, just chill out drawing. Because the angle really screws with my neck, but I wanted to give it a try because I've been bored out of my mind. And I've been trying to get monetized on YouTube because I have enough views, I have enough subscribers, I have every threshold except watch time, and that's all because of most of my videos are shorts, and the shorts don't count towards watch time. So I have to start doing more streams and regular content for them to give me watch time again, which kind of sucks because it makes you feel like they're pushing the YouTube Shorts. They really want people to use YouTube Shorts, but they don't give you an incentive to do it. Now, I'm monetized on TikTok, so why can't I be monetized on YouTube? It's BS. Make a playlist? Yeah, I have hundreds of playlists. That that never works. Same, I just lost mine a few days ago. Oh yeah, cuz now there's, I don't know if it's a new rule, but I was reading you have to stay active for 6 months, or else they can revoke your monetization, which kind of stinks. Yeah, I appreciate that, Slayer. If you're gonna watch the playlist, make sure that it's not one of the shorts ones, because I know there's a couple ones that say shorts, but anything that has like the documentaries that I've done, or the one that says artist tips and tricks, because those are full length videos, and those are the ones that they count watch time on, and because like I hit 900,000 views, but I only have 700 hours of watch time. But the funny thing is, if you actually look at my number of watch time, I'm well beyond the 4,000 hours. But they don't count shorts. It's so stupid. But, I started TikTok 2 years ago, and I'm almost at the same amount of subscribers as I am on YouTube. And I've been doing YouTube for 5 years. So, like, I don't get it. Yeah. Oh, I didn't know that you have to keep the 4,000. That's why I lost mine. I didn't know about the activity part. I had so many videos that are like 80% done too. Yeah, just I would just put them back up and just let them try to ride them out and see if you could just get it back. I mean, it's not like I'm not active. It'd be one thing like if I post like maybe one video a month, but I post a short almost every day. I make sure if I don't have content that I'll go in and remix an old video or revisit something so that I always have something fresh on the channel. So I just think that they need to change how they're monetizing people, because I just got an email saying we're going to monetize shorts, and then they made it even harder than normal monetization because it says that you have to have 1 million views per short. I get good views on my shorts, but not 1 million. I get maybe 1,000 per short. Nowhere near that amount, and it's like, where are they? They always want to help the really big channels. They don't make it easy for smaller channels to grow anymore. They make it damn near impossible. Someone told me they are putting ads on shorts and they might make them count towards your watch hours. Yeah, but see, by the time they do that, the videos that I have accrued enough watch time, I'll probably lose that watch time, and then I'll have to start over with their half-ass system. Um, but like I said, to be monetized for shorts, you have to have some insane. It's a number that normal shorts just don't get. The only people that get those shorts are bigger channels that put out shorts. But you can't complain, or else it seems like you're just being bitter. But all three of you guys have been doing this just as long as I have, so you know it's a struggle to really get your foothold on YouTube. Wow, she looks so different with blue hair. It makes her look like a completely different person. I knew I was gonna change her appearance, but not by that much. Holy crap. I felt like you make awesome commentaries or docu. Thank you. I have three that I've scripted out, but then I got hit with the news of my hip, and it was harder and harder to sit at my computer chair. And I like to do my voiceovers and stuff in my computer chair. But I really want to revisit the one I did of a Yami Kojima for Castlevania, because that was a passion project for me, and it was really well received because it was one of the first videos that I ever had that hit like 1,000 views, and it wasn't a short, like it was a long video. Um, and there's so many Castlevania fans just in our circle alone. Yeah, I think the 4,000 watch hours, I get it. Like it's not a crazy ask, but they don't push small content. It's the same thing with Twitch. Twitch only caters to the big channels. I tried like a little experiment right before the pandemic hit. I was trying to stream. I think I was streaming every day for, I think it was 3 weeks every day. And it was longer than I normally ever streamed. Like I normally stream for like 45 minutes to an hour on Twitch, but I was streaming for like 3. I didn't get one new follower, one new viewer. It was the same people that would normally come in, if they came in at all. Nothing was pushed. There's no. I don't feel like there's an algorithm on Twitch. It's just you get in through either knowing other streamers or having an organic growth from another platform that they follow you over. They just don't want normal people to be successful. I feel I don't think so. It's got too much money backed behind it. What's gonna happen is a bunch of people are probably gonna leave it, and it's gonna make them like change their idea. Or worst case scenario, Amazon wants to relieve itself of the headache, and YouTube comes in and buys it, and then rebrands it YouTube Gaming, and it wouldn't be a monopoly because there's other streaming services out there. So you know how everything's merging with everything else these days. I never thought I'd see the day that HBO and Discovery were one entity. But I could definitely see YouTube going in, paying for the platform, then rebranding it as YouTube Gaming, getting it off of this platform, and then focus all their energy on shorts and long form videos. But because the only person that has more money than Bezos is Google. the Twitch system is rough because they list streamers by viewers. YouTube is easier into because you can master a niche. Oh man, I gotta blow up my font on the, yeah, which is nice too, and people can search terms and you might pop up. But I feel like YouTube doesn't make enough of an effort to really push smaller channels. But I see what you're saying. Yeah, Twitch is. I pretty much just jump on Twitch sometimes because, I'll be playing a game and I'm just like, oh, I'm doing pretty good. Let me share this. That's why I mostly share racing games because that's what I'm really good at. I've always been really good at racing games. Yeah, I beat that grid game that I started playing on Twitch like in 2 days. At least the story mode. I'm still playing the career mode. And I feel like I'm pretty good at Tetris too, so I only like to stream games that I know I'm good at. I don't like to look like a dumbass online. Yeah, she's definitely, I hate to say it, but I think she's got a nose job because the ridge of the nose here, that's not, see, like on a normal nose kind of has the ridge, but then it thins out. Here it's like it's almost symmetrical. And I think that's what's throwing me off, because maybe on her prior nose it was probably right in the middle there, but it's no longer there. I think that's what's throwing me off on this face. I'll try to mess with it. This was fun about. Just add a little contrast here in the center. Well, not too much saturation, but just enough. And then, like I was telling Matt, this is my favorite brush. Was it Matt or Slayer? I think it was Slayer. One of my favorite brushes to use for blending is this one right here, because it just smooths everything out. It's I know it sounds funny using this word, but it's lovely. It's a very lovely brush. Feels very buttery, very smooth. It's very relaxing. Like the winds in Ireland. Smooth crash of the waves. Yeah, I think I'm going to call it there. My left hip is on fire. Made it to 2 hours though. Woohoo! I'm going to take a screenshot of this. Let me... Do I have Bulma on here? Insert photo. No, Bulma is not on here. Okay. I'm gonna leave it right there, guys. Thank you everybody for coming on and hanging out. I'll try to make this a regular thing until I get better. Thanks for the stream, buddy. I hope you feel better. Thank you. Thank you for spending some time with us and your amazing art. Thank you, Entertain. Entertain 45 says looks good. I will try to fix this chat thing. This thing looks horrible. You guys are all pretty much mods, so it's just a bunch of screws shows up in the chat. Take care. Thanks everybody.